Oh, let's talk about Kevin Samuels. We haven't talked about him since we had Maxine on, and she was talking about on her other podcast
male
about
chauvinist and all that stuff.
I'm male chauvinist. Well, let's get into it. A petition is calling out Kevin Samuels has recently. Oh, a petition calling out Kevin Samuels has recently appeared online. Thousands of people want the self-appointed professional image consultant to be removed on Instagram and YouTube due to multiple controversial statements he made in the past. According to an online removal request, Kevin Samuels has formed a community for men to speak negatively on women, and the petition adds, removing Kevin Samuels' voice of divisive vitriol will allow women to feel safer not only in public spaces but online communities as well. Freedom of speech is a constitutional right for each of us. However, when that speech is loaded with thoughts and threats of violence towards women, manipulation of young women, and even the fantasies of death to women, that freedom of speech becomes a prison for all people who those thoughts and desires are intended to isolate. Okay, so they did their homework for. I looked at the site. They got like 13 signatures. Like it's
13.
even. I quoted that
13 or 1,300, 13,000.
13,000. 13,000. I said.
I'm 13. Like, is it 13? I'm like,
yeah, 13. That's not a lot. Better get up.
Like that's not even a full classroom, honey.
But no, 13,000. And what I read from, because I took from the actual description of the petition, but that's only half of it. Is like more stuff. They go into details. Now, he makes, apparently to my understanding, he makes content that incites this. It's not him saying or him fantasizing on the death towards women or the manipulation. Well, maybe the manipulation, because he definitely, the people that he have on there, child, I'm like, honey, why are you here, girl? He is ripping you a new one. But the insightfulness, he incites his listeners, his men, his alpha men to be that type of way towards women and Black women in general. And I think that the intentions are good for this petition. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think that YouTube, he makes a lot of views on YouTube. He has a lot of interaction. He has over 1 million subscribers. YouTube does not want to fumble the bag with this. He brings a lot of people to their app. And I think that if they want to get something done, because as we've seen with James Charles and Sean or whatever that man is that did that thing with what's his name, Willow Smith or whatever, they got demonetized and they stopped making content. I think some type of sexual allegation is going to happen. If they're trying to get him canceled, that's going to happen. So if anybody want to blow the whistle, if anybody wants to blow the whistle, that's the only way that you're going to get him off of YouTube. But other than that, I don't think it's going to happen.
Kevin Samuels is a white supremacist.
He's a white supremacist. So what? Okay, wait. You can't just make some statements like that. What do you mean?
I said what I said. So the reason I say that is because everything that he says or his position in how he approaches women or what he feels their space is in this system is very patriarchal, and it is rooted in the same principles that white male supremacy is rooted in. And it's like, when I think of Kevin Samuels, I wouldn't be surprised if he came out as a Republican, because he carries those same values. Like even the way that you watch how he talks to women when they're actually on his live, it's like, or as if he's putting women in their place. And it's just so, it's just so weird to me to see that there still are a lot of Black women who will tune into him on Instagram and YouTube to see what his quote unquote advice is going to be. First of all, who the fuck is this man? And who decided that he's the person that gets to tell you how you as a woman need to be to attract a man of a certain level? Where is his wife?
Honey, he's dealing with
where is his
issues.
Where is his wife?
Allegedly. But probably fact.
Exactly. So anything that he says is like with a grain of salt when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
me. It's entertaining, but other than that, like you're just a white supremacist in black skin, and you know the people that are going to placate to that will placate to that. So I'm not surprised by him being aligned with or even being seen in the same vein as someone like a Donald Trump needing to be removed from social media because of the type of vitriol that he spits on people and the type of like um, degrading it's like I can't even really describe it. It's like like it's just it's very patriarchal. And even and as a man who was raised as a man that was raised in the South, like I get it. It's like it's very conservative values. Like a man does this. They don't even let you decline calls anymore. A man that does this and a woman does this type of way and all this kind of stuff. Like that's what I get from him. And I you know, it's entertaining because I remember we played a clip from him previously on the show where it was like he ripped into this woman. But I don't like it. I have sisters, you know what I mean? There are women in my life that that I value, and that is not the type of man that I would send them to for any type of advice. It's not the type of man that I would want them to go to if they want to be empowered in who they are as women or as people in general. And so, yeah. So if they decide to cancel Kevin Samuels, that's fine. I didn't know who he was before, like 3 months ago. He's like a quarantine. He's one of those quarantine personalities that we just got. And he can go back where he came from because we back outside now with real people.
We outside.
Right. We don't have time for that. So the people that watch him, there are the hoteps. Yeah. Same vein as the Dr. Umar Johnsons or whatever. Like, that's for y'all, but keep the rest of the people with free brains and keep them out of it.
Yeah, and I would also say that's concerning Dr. Umar. They actually got into it. They don't like each other.
No.
At least Dr. Omar has more respect for Black women than he does, and I think that with his content, just since we're on his topic, because I was really just highlighting on the petitioners because I really don't like talking about him, and I really wasn't going to do any research just to prove it because I don't like watching his videos because I get aggravated after watching it. Right. He's a faker. Like he fakes like he actually wants to help these people. And I hate how people say, some people's like, oh, well, Ayanna Van Zandt does the same thing. Like they do the same thing, but people love Ayanna more. Yeah, they love Ayanna more because she's not disrespecting. She doesn't disrespect people. She speaks the truth, but she doesn't weaponize it. Okay. And I feel like this man weaponizes the truth. We all know what he's saying is truth or has some truthful aspects to it. However, the way he comes off is disrespectful. Like he calling people beach whales and just disrespecting people's like women's appearances and all that other stuff. Even when he was on the Joe Budden podcast, which I had to take a break from that show after that shit because I'm like, your co-host, your new co-host over there talking about gays pander to Black women. What the hell we got to pander to them for? No, we're allies. We're allies of each other for the most part. But like, I don't know what was going on over there. But yeah, I'm like, child, y'all go on with this. Go on with this.
It was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
And he's just a mess.
He's just a mess. Like I said, if you want to get him canceled, I mean, someone's going to have to blow that whistle. But anyway,